Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH, BASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BASHAM, KAKWADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to my Akim, Wahim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakub coming at you with another lesson, Matthew chapter 9, verse 36. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. So the thing is that in all honesty, people are sheep, and I did do a lesson on this not too long ago, but there was something more I really want to get into, which us practicing good habits, okay? Because the thing is, sometimes we might not be aware that we are suffering from certain issues ourselves, okay? And it is a product of, and the results of us acting a certain way is a product of our environment influencing us to be the way that we are, all right? So, as a result, I'm trying to bring awareness to this problem, and as well as try to help keep Israel out of that set. We can let the Babylonians, Esau, Edom, whoever, into that type of mindset, that affliction, mental affliction, if you want to call it that. All right, but just for us, we need to take the steps to help ourselves out if we can. All right, so Slovakia, what the issues that I'm going to be talking about today is people that have short attention spans and are too lazy to go into certain stuff. Again, I mentioned this before, and it's not going to be a long lesson. Yahawadah is going to be super quick and just on this small little thing. Now, the thing I've heard these two separate instances. Number one, I've heard someone say that. Well, let me actually first get this out. Okay, so I've heard someone say they didn't watch One Piece all the way. They love Slovakia. They said they love One Piece, the anime, as you can see, all right. But they also said that they just skip through and just watch certain parts or whatever. Now, the thing is, from face value, you might be thinking, and also Slovakia, this is another thing. Even though it seems like someone's talking about certain things, like who cares if they didn't watch all 1,000 episodes of One Piece? There's meaning behind the things that some people do. Inherently, yes, I'm not saying that not watching all episodes are inherently bad, but there's a underlying it's kind of like a habit, all right? So the reason why I'm trying to make a habit, I'm trying to not make a habit, but trying to talk about this, is because if someone can say that, I didn't watch the entirety of One Piece, but I love it, this, then the third, blah, 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 all right? So how much, all right, for other things, such as like these different religions that people think that they know and think that they believe, all right? One said example are these doctrines that are derived off of the scriptures, okay? Now, I've heard that someone said, okay, you heard me talk about One Piece. Now, I also heard someone said that they have never read the New Testament. They're familiar with the Old Testament, but they've never gone into the New Testament. Okay, so they they have this whole doctrine. They're following this whole doctrine based off of only the Old Testament, and they just don't know anything about, I guess, the Apocrypha too. I don't remember, but they only know about the Old Testament. They never gone into the New Testament. And see, this is a problem. All right, it is a problem because people, or present day people, they lack the patience, okay, to really go 100% into something and actually invest time in learning about everything, okay, and actually invest time for everything, which is why I brought this out, okay. And Yahawadah, you're able to understand, why I brought this out, because yes, I think this is like one of the a really good example, because if you multiply 1,000 times, I guess 20 minutes or whatever, I think hold on. 13, let's say 14 days. So that's like 14 days worth of watching an anime. All right. So you see how this takes a long time. And the thing is, a lot of people, they don't have the patience, as I had previously stated before. They don't have the patience to sit through a bunch of this stuff, or I guess sit through reading the entirety of the scriptures. So then when it comes to a point, which I'll admit, me too, Slaki, I'll admit, me too, I have been in situations where I'm like, okay, you know what, I don't feel like practicing this, I don't feel like going into this, I don't feel like doing this stuff, right? But that's why this is why I'm also making this lesson, because I'm also speaking to myself as well. All right, we can't be lazy. We can't just be satisfied with what we already have. We need to want to be better, want to do more. All right, let me also get this. Acts chapter 17, verse 11. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind, and search the scriptures daily whether those things were so. So we need to be daily into work in the scriptures, as well as daily in putting in work in just anything we do. And this is it is good practice. It is good practice to be willing to say for example, if someone says, oh, I don't want to watch I don't want to watch the whole thing of One Piece, then I'm just gonna skip around. All right, it kind of shows the mindset that they have. Like, if they are willing to skip around with this, okay, all right, then how much more in other things that they do? They think that, oh yeah, I'm just gonna skip around in anything and everything I do, and I'll be able to make it through. Okay, but the fact of the matter is that you cannot skip through stuff. There are things that are made, and you have to have an understanding. And also the thing is, I heard, before I had started making this lesson, I did a quick research because I was trying to find a video clip, but I couldn't find it. So instead I found a Reddit thread or whatever, where someone had said, or it's like not someone, but multiple people said that they skipped Skypiea arc for One Piece. And the thing is that, not to get too into detail, but One Piece was apparently it is one of the most important. Skypiea arc is one of the most important arcs, as it had introduced one of the current biggest and baddest antagonists of the series. All right, and for people to have just ignored that, it's kind of like, so now you just don't understand. You didn't see that interaction and all the stuff like that. Okay, and they are kind of missing parts of history. Okay, and in that same thing, that's also Slakia. That's also what Esau does. He skips through, different points in history and says, "Oh, let's leave that out. Let's not let people know about this, that, and the third." All right, and this is very important. Like we need to be as familiar as we can with certain things. Okay, I'll admit I don't know the scriptures front to back, but I am generally familiar with Old Testament, New Testament, Apocrypha. I know the story of the Maccabees. I know the story of King David. I know the many different stories and instances of Yahawashi. All right. I mean, that's just one from each thing, obviously, but there's obviously more. Okay, and heck, there might be some that I couldn't list off the top of my head. Okay, but the point is the fact that we need to be willing. What the frick? We need to be willing to delve into stuff and give it 100% attention and give it 100% investment in certain things. And that's why I'm making this video to let Israel know, or inform Israel, or I guess try to encourage Israel to practice good habits, like not of thinking like, oh yeah, you can skip through certain things, like, oh yeah, don't worry about Acts chapter 17, you can just skip that. The only chapters in Acts is chapter 9, so after you're done reading that, you can just skip to the next book and whatnot. Absolutely not. The entirety of the scriptures are important. Let me get that. There was one, I can't remember the exact wording, but very okay, Slakia. Like this is a perfect example. Okay, so I'm attempting to find a perfect precept, but as you can see, I just put this over here, right in the book. So I may not know the exact wording, especially on this website, because if you don't put the exact wording, then you won't find it. They're just gonna show it. There's to you, but the thing is, I have a general knowledge on what I'm looking for, so I might not have the best memory, but I can at the very minimum try to attempt to narrow it down to what I'm trying to find. All right, so let me see if this is it. Actually, I'm pretty sure it is. That's not what I wanted. Okay, well, just this Revelation chapter 1, verse 11, saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last, and what thou seest write in a book, and set it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, and unto Smyrna, Slakia, and unto Pergamos, and unto Thyatira, and unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea. All right. So the thing is, because something was important, all right, the Lord would include it into the scriptures. Okay, it's not Slakia, because it is important. It was written in a lot of different things. For example, the life of Yahawashi. It was very important for us to it was very important for us to be able to take the example. Okay, let me actually see if I can find that. Okay, right here. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 21. Even hereunto were ye called, because Hamashiach also suffered for us, leaving us an example that ye should follow his steps. Perfect right there. That's why so many things were written down, okay? So many things are shown, because it is an example for us to follow, okay? And this is primarily why we need to be on top of things in terms of being familiar with the scriptures and the whole scriptures, all the scriptures, okay? Not just, oh yeah, I'm Old Testament only, New Testament, Old Testament only, like these I don't know what they're called, to be honest, but like Old Testament only Israelites, these New Testament only, Christians, these whatever, okay? We're not supposed to be following after the whole word of YAHAWASHI. That's how we're supposed to be living our lives, all right? And I'm not saying, okay, again, I'm not saying, I didn't bring this up to say that, oh, you need to watch One Piece from start to finish if you're going to watch it. That's not what I'm saying. This was just an example, okay? It's an example that the fact that if you feel like you can skip around in anything somewhere, like something that's as minuscule as this, then you should examine yourself and make sure that you're not skipping around or cutting corners or taking shortcuts with YAHAWASHI. All right, this is why we need to make sure we're practicing good habits. All right, and honestly, I do think me speaking as a man, all right, on my personal opinion, if you don't need to. I think it is a little weird to not watch the whole thing, to not watch all 1,000 episodes. But of course, again, like I said, I did watch all of the main content of, well, I didn't watch it. I read the most of the main stuff. And by extension, all right, I read through the entirety of the scriptures, okay? So it might kind of seem I'm actually showing by example, okay? Because there was a lot of parts in, I guess, One Piece that was kind of boring, okay, or didn't appeal to me. Not necessarily boring, but didn't appeal to me. But there are also, to other people, there might be parts in the scriptures that might not appeal to them. All right, or they might say, "Oh, I just want to hear about the greatness of YAHAWASHI and all the stuff like that." Oh yeah, let me just skip the Old Testament and go straight to the New Testament. Like, no, like, slow down, take a step back. All right, start at the beginning, start at the history. What led up to YAHAWASHI? Why is YAHAWASHI even there in the first? Like, this is all the thing. Okay, this is not just a matter of, yeah, let me just get to the thing. Okay, even in the scriptures, okay? First Corinthians chapter 3, verse 2, I have fed you with milk and not with meat, for hitherto ye were not able to bear it, yet neither yet. Let me start over. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 2, I have fed you with milk and not with meat, for hitherto ye were not able to bear it, neither yet now are ye able. So the milk is, just as a baby, okay, can't eat meat. They have to drink milk in their younger years, okay, and they have to, grow and be able to, and develop the teeth to be able to eat meat, all right. is the same thing, the same way for us. We need to have that. We need to have that patience, okay, to just grow in the faith, grow in this truth, okay, so for when we become, spiritual adults in this truth, and we're actually able to take the meat, okay, and we're actually able to understand, okay, why did Yahawashi say this? Why did Yahawashi do this? Why is Yahawashi even here? What is even the point of Yahawashi in the first place? Okay, like this, there's all these things that we need to, just take the time and don't just skip around. All right, which honestly, that wasn't even my intentions in the beginning, but that's just something that I unknowingly got. Right? And the thing is, like, it's because, once again, it is because, Slake, by the way, it is because of the environment that we live in, where we expect things to just be fast and done immediately, like fast food, fast whatever, fast everything. All right, but because of that, like, we're not used to taking our time to actually go into stuff. All right, and as a result, you got lazy people, you got laziness. Okay, and I guess us as a result of it, if it applies, all right. So Yahawadah, this will help you to self-examine and truly understand, and like take a step back and say, like, okay, you know what? Let me actually make the corrections and do better now. Yahawadah. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Kakwadah, double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, DTA Abad Babal, and Shalom.